So, I wanted to show you an application running on a smartphone. This is an Android smartphone. We've been working with Adobe Flash Builder 4.5.1 and the new MapQuest mobile API. And we've been building a number of applications, but we've just put this one together, which is basically a field worker application. So it's really directed at people that are working in the field. So people such as surveyors, maybe guys that are inspecting, and the girls that are inspecting pipelines that maybe in the middle of nowhere, or others that, such as technicians who are fixing air conditioning systems, or maybe even insurance claims people are going to people's homes to gather data based on a claim. So this application is directed to those people. The functions we've got within it are basically a map and a whole load of useful tools for those people in the field. Check-in being one of the key tools, and collecting data in the field being one of the other major tools of the application. So that's the interface. Let's just open the map. And as you can see, what we've got here is a fully functional map. It's always available. It also, as you'll see, is the core piece of a number of the other tools that we'll see as we overlay on top of this. But what you're looking at here is basically a vector roads map, which has got my current location in it. So we're actually using, and my finger gestures are going to be a bit odd because I'm sitting at a funny angle because of this camera. So excuse that. I'll try and move a bit closer. But using the MapQuest API. We've positioned ourselves and put a marker on the map as exactly our current location. Now this will change as one moves, so the marker will change as you drive around to show your current location. So let's go back to the home screen. Let's imagine that we've got someone that's going out in the field. They want to go from where their current location or a particular location, and they want to arrive at a destination, but they're not sure on their route. So let's hit the directions widget, let's go to the directions view, I should say. What we've done here is we've just simply put together a simple from and to route. There are a lot of very cool things one can do within the MapQuest API to do all sorts of different routing. We're just going to do the simplest type of routing here from one place to another. So let's hit the get route button, and we load the map. We've kept the icon which shows our current location, and we've added to the map the route from the source to the destination. So if I can get my finger tapped together, just try it from there. See, it's my angle of attack. There we go. So there's the destination. It gives the actual address and lat long of that location. Now we could put multiple addresses in here. If we could imagine if a field worker was going out to multiple different addresses, we could actually add to the map the additional addresses. So we could have 4 or 5 addresses here. So if the worker was, say, going to check a number of stores in Salt Lake, then he'd be able to map out his route for that day, and he could load it at the start of the day. So let's go back. Let's do something else. So that back button just takes you back to the previous screen. If we wanted to change our route in here, we could do that, and then get route would then bring the map up again. Back to the home button. Now a key piece we spoke about is the check-in. So let's imagine that the person's gone out into the field, and they've arrived at their destination. So this is kind of a complicated screen. We would probably simplify this, but we wanted to illustrate in this demo what one can do with this. So let's imagine that we've got the field worker's name is Rory Biggerdike, and his ID is 1616. That's all entered. Now, depending on how he wants to check in, now it could be an address check-in. In this case, we've actually added the address, an address for a 7-Eleven Salt Lake. This could just as easily be a venue search as well. So in the way Foursquare works, we actually do a search for points of interest or venues that are close to you and list that and select from that list. We've just simply, as I said, added an address to it. Now if we were actually not interested in a particular venue, a particular point of interest, a particular physical location, we were out in the field, we were surveying, and we wanted to actually check into a particular lat long, well, we can do that also. So we've got the two options. Let's just do an address check in here, and there it is. That would be an action that would just simply pass the name of the technician or the field worker, the ID, the date and time, and the location, and we've hit address here, so it gives the actual address, but this could be lat long as well. So if it was in the field, it would be lat long. So let's just again go back. So we've done our check-in, we're great, we're good, we're working, but we want to know what's in the area around us. So let's do a local search. And again, this screen is a little more complicated than we would necessarily make it, but we, again, as a demo, we wanted to show that you can actually do a search by an address, or you can do a search by lat long. Now there's a lot of other different searches one can do, so again we've been selective in what we've done with the MapQuest API. But let's imagine we wanted to look within a certain radius of where we are, and I think I've set it to a mile of our current location. So let's do search by lat long. Now we load the map, there's our current location, there's our radius of the search, and then these are various points of interest based on our criteria that we want to look at. And if I can get this, there we go. And there we have it. It's a park. It gives the address. It gives the lat long again. Number of other ones there. We could zoom in a little bit and make that a bit easier in ourselves, which we'll do in a second actually. So let's just clear that. We're going to go back, and what we're going to do next is just do a search by an address. So this is an address in Salt Lake. We've set the maximum number of results and some other options in there. And let's just do a search by address. Now we've left the other search in place, so you can see that there is the other search that we did. Here is the search we've just conducted, and let's just zoom in. Now this is in downtown Salt Lake, so it's selected a number of places close to, actually it's a pub that I quite like going to called Squatters, but there we are. So these are the various venues there. Let's get to zoom in a bit more again. If I was left-handed, this would be a lot easier. Being right-handed is a pain. And what we'll do is let's just select one of those venues. I really need to be zoomed in a bit more. There we go. So again, there is one of the green star in the middle is obviously the address we're searching from, and they're pretty clustered because there's a lot. That's from downtown Salt Lake, so there's a lot of places nearby. So again, it gives the information about that particular point of interest. We could add pictures in there. I mean, that pop-up can be enhanced to a number of different ways. We've just used the simplest of output there. Okay, so we're good with that. Let's go back. So we've checked in, we've searched the area, we found where we're going to go, we've checked in, we've searched the area. Now we could do it. We could do some geocoding as well. Now a geocoder is just simply an address search. So we could actually just bring up a geocoder. We could type something in. If we wanted to actually find where a particular location was, we didn't necessarily want to route there. We could use the geocoder just to place a point on a map. And again, we've added coordinates in. We won't show this one just for time's sake, but this one works really nice. It adds a marker to the map of that particular place. So one of the key pieces of this pie is of this application, I shouldn't say pie, is the data input and data search. So what often is the case is that if you're an insurance broker and you're a insurance claim person and you're in a house, you want to actually gather notes on, say, water damage in the house. You want to take pictures. You even might want to take voice recording of what you're seeing. So this application will allow them not only to log where they are and what time they'd got in there, but they can also start entering data and or searching for data. So this top box here actually shows, and we've just set a single date for it. This could be a drop down, this could be any type of search, but in this case we're going to search on data at this particular location. It was taken at this particular location on August the 1st of 2011. So let's do a search and just see what we come up with. And there it is. Hopefully that's easy to read. The technician that did this work on the 1st was Rory Biggerdike. There's the date of it, and there's underneath that is the actual address of the location. There's a single image of something they've taken, in this case a boiler, and then some notes saying boiler pipe was replaced, but they still have something else to do. So the technician or the insurance claim person has got a reference point to old data, and they can look back at multiple pictures, multiple notes, any other information that relates to any previous visits to that particular location. In terms of their current data input, if they wanted to, they can actually do a find on images they've taken in the location. So let's just see what images are on the camera. So these are pictures actually taken using the camera, and we're just going to select one. So what we did there was we actually selected a picture of the actual boiler, and there's the actual name of the picture. We could have reviewed it, made the picture larger and done some other reviews on it, but let's just make the presumption at the moment that that's what we want to do. So let's attach that to the application, and there it is. It says image attached, and we'll go back, and there we've got it. We've got the name of the image that we've attached. Now we could